Suresh Raina. Pronunciation. Born the 27th of November 1986. Is an Indian professional cricketer. An aggressive left-handed middle-order batsman and an occasional off-spin bowler. He is one of the best fielders in world cricket. He plays for Uttar Pradesh in all forms of domestic cricket and is the captain of Gujarat Lions in the Indian Premier League. He has also captained the Indian cricket team and is the second youngest player to captain India. He is the first of two Indian batsmen to ever score a century in all three formats of international cricket. He is considered as one of the finest T20 batsmen. However, his Test career did not last long due to his aggressive approach with the bat. Raina made his ODI debut in July 2005 against Sri Lanka at the age of 19. However, his Test debut came about 5 years later. In July 2010, against the same opposition, he scored 100 on his Test debut. He was a part of the Indian squad that won the 2011 World Cup. Early life. Suresh's father worked in the Indian Army. His mother's name is bat.Raina. He lives in Rajnagar, a town in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh. He has three older brothers, Dinesh Raina, Naresh Raina and Mukesh Raina, and one elder sister, Anu. An article by Suresh Raina was featured in the 2012 book Rahul Dravid, Timeless Steel. Career. In 2000, Raina decided to play cricket and subsequently moved from his hometown Muradnagar, Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, near New Delhi, to Lucknow, to attend the specialist government sports college. He rose to become the captain of the Uttar Pradesh U16s and came to prominence amongst Indian selectors in 2002. When he was selected at the age of 15.5 years for the U19 tour to England, where he made a pair of half-centuries in the U19 test matches. He toured Sri Lanka later that year with the U17 team. He made his Ranji Trophy debut for Uttar Pradesh against Assam in February 2003 at the age of 16, but did not play another match until the following season. In late 2003, he toured Pakistan for the U19 Asian ODI Championship before being selected for the 2004 U19 World Cup, where he scored 3 half-centuries, including a 90 scored off only 38 balls. He was then awarded a Border Gavaskar scholarship to train at the Australian Cricket Academy and, in early 2005, he made his first-class limited overs debut and scored 645 runs that season at an average of 53.75. 2010 South Africa Tour of India. During South Africa's tour to India in 2010, Raina was called in the squad for the second test but was not selected in the playing she. He then played against Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe in Zimbabwe as all the other first-choice players were rested from the tournament. India lost the first match under his captaincy against Zimbabwe by 6 wickets but won the next match against Sri Lanka. Suresh Raina also captained the Indian cricket team for the T20 series against Zimbabwe in June 2010 and India won the 2-match series 2-0. He was the leading run scorer in this series. Virat Kohli and Ashwin made their T20 debuts in Raina's captaincy. He is one of the stylish batsmen in India. He is third T20 captain in India. 2010 Tour of Sri Lanka. Raina was then brought into the Test squad for the Tour of Sri Lanka in July and August 2010. He made his debut in the second Test after Yuvraj Singh was ill. Sri Lanka made 4,640 seconds declared and India was in trouble at 4,241 when Raina came in to join Sachin Tendulkar. Raina went on to reach the maiden century on debut, becoming few of Indian players to do so as the pair put on a double-century partnership. Yuvraj recovered in time for the third test but the selectors opted to retain Raina. However, due to poor form throughout 2010, apart from a half-century against Australia at Mohali, and a failure to make any impact on the Centurion Test which South Africa won by an innings. He was dropped in favour of rookie Cheteshwar Pujara for the remainder of the series, in which India battled back to a 1-1 draw. 2011 Cricket World Cup. Raina was on the bench through the first half of the 2011 Cricket World Cup as captain. Mahendra Singh Dhoni instead went with the in-form Yusuf Pathan. This remained so until the group game against West Indies, which Raina played in place of an injured Virender Sehwag. Against defending champions Australia in the quarter-final, Dhoni made a strategic change, omitting Yusuf Pathan in favour of Raina. Raina responded by assisting Yuvraj Singh in a successful run chase through high pressure, making 34 from 28 balls to carry India to victory. In the semi-final against Pakistan, he batted with tail-enders to score an unbeaten 36, a significant contribution to India's final tally of 260. He also took Yunis Khan's catch-off of Yuvraj's bowling. Suresh Raina played some crucial knocks in quarter-final and semi-final of the World Cup, which helped India to win the 2011 ICC Cricket World Cup. Gary Kirsten, the then coach of India, said, "Raina won the World Cup for us with some crucial knocks." Captaincy in 2011 West Indies tour. India toured West Indies after the World Cup with captain MS Dhoni rested and vice-captain Virender Sehwag injured. Gautam Gambhir was named the captain for the one-dayers and T20s with Raina as his deputy, but due to injury Gambhir was ruled out. With Raina captaining with Harbhajan as his deputy, India won the series, but Raina averaged just 16.4 in the test matches. He scored 232 runs at the average of 46.4, scoring crucial 50s in each test. His captaincy was highly appreciated by former West Indian legends. 2011 Tour of England. Raina was selected for the England Tour in July. There was a lot of debate on who should play the first test at Lord's. Yuvraj or Raina, but a century in a practice match against Somerset sealed a place for him in the playing 11. Apart from a half-century in the first test at Lord's, Raina managed just 27 runs from 7 innings. He struggled against short bowling and in the final test was out for a 29-ball duck, the longest in India's test history. Raina, running through a poor form in the test series, especially in the last match, made some impact. In the 5-match ODI series, though the team was unable to secure a win at all, he top-scored in a rain-affected game at the Lords, scoring a commendable 84 from 75 balls. 2012 Tour of Sri Lanka. In the first ODI, Raina played an attacking 45-ball, 50-run knock to help India reach 314. They eventually won the match by 21 runs on the 21st of July 2012. In the second ODI he was out for 1, but he came back stronger in the third ODI where he played a blistering 45 balls 65 to hand India a 5-wicket win, and he eventually also won the Man of the Match award for his performance. Gambhir too scored a century in that match. He continued his good form in the fourth ODI as he scored his third half-century of the series and helped India beat Sri Lanka by 6 wickets by scoring 58 asterisk. And Mujib helped him. He was out for a duck in the last ODI. After the tour of Sri Lanka, when England team came to India, he was dropped and gave away his spot to Yuvraj Singh, who made a comeback after suffering from cancer. OMG. 2012-13 England Tour of India. Raina registered strong performances in this series, which India won 3-2. He scored 277 runs at an average of 92.33 with 4 consecutive half-centuries, but only 2 of them in a winning cause. He became 13th Indian batsman to cross 4,000 international runs in his 159th ODI and got his first Man of the Series award in this format. At the end of the series, he broke into the ICC top 10 ranked batsman for the first time in his career. 2014-15 Tour of Australia. Suresh has been included into India's Test squad after almost 2 years. Raina was selected in the final Test match at Sydney, under the captaincy of Virat Kohli. Later on, he announced his return to form in the Tri-Series with a flamboyant 51 against Australia. 2016. Suresh Raina was not selected in India's first tour to USA, where they play West Indies for 2 T20s. However, he made a re-entry to the ODI team for a series against New Zealand. Captaincy. In 2011, India toured West Indies after the World Cup with captain MS Dhoni rested and vice-captain Virender Sehwag injured. Gautam Gambhir was named the captain for the one-dayers and T20s with Raina as his deputy, but due to injury, Gautam Gambhir was ruled out with Raina captaining with Harbhajan Singh as his deputy. India won the series, and his captaincy was highly appreciated by former West Indian legends. He was again declared captain of the young Indian cricket team during 2014 Bangladesh series in 2014 while all the regular players of Indian cricket were rested. He led his team for 2-0 victory in the series. His personal performance was also splendid in the low-scoring series as he captained the side very aggressively throughout the series. He was praised all over the world for his captaincy skills which he displayed during the second ODI of this series. India was all out, scoring 104 runs while batting first, and Suresh Raina and his young team defended 104 runs and won the match by 54 runs. His captaincy was the deciding factor of this match along with Stuart Binney's bowling performance. In IPL 9, Raina was made captain of the Gujarat Lions and again he proved to be an outstanding captain. His innovative captainship was heavily praised by all. He remained calm under all difficult conditions and led his side from front, making Gujarat Lions the first team to qualify for playoffs. Indian Premier League. Raina was signed by the Chennai Super Kings for $5 million for the first 3 years of the tournament. Raina made significant contributions in the first edition of the tournament to compensate the Chennai Super Kings over the losses of key players like Matthew Hayden, Michael Hussey and Jacob Borum. He played a vital man-of-the-match performance in the last league fixture to give Chennai Super Kings the win they required to qualify for the semi-finals. Ultimately the Super Kings finished again in 2010 IPL. Raina's consistent batting throughout the series won him applause and became the all-time run-getter of the league, surpassing Australian legend Adam Gilchrist halfway down the tournament. He also captained the Super Kings for 3 matches in skipper Dhoni's absence and took some sensational catches in the field. He scored 520 runs in all, making him the 3rd highest run-getter of the series and the first for Chennai. He also was awarded Best Fielder by the BCCI ahead of the finals. He played a vital half-century which turned the final to Chennai's tide, who ultimately went on to become the champions, beating the Mumbai Indians. At the end of the season, Raina set the record for most runs scored in the tournament, with 421, 434, and 520, and also taken the most of catches, 2 records that are still unbroken. Raina also hit the second maximum of sixes behind Adam Gilchrist in the 3 editions of the league. He was retained by the Super Kings for the 2011 Indian Premier League along with Murali Vijay, Albi Morkel and skipper MS Dhoni. In the 2011 IPL 2, Raina maintained his reputation as the leading run scorer with 438 runs. again being the only player to cross 400 USA for all the 7 seasons. His most crucial knock came against the Royal Challengers Bangalore in the qualifier, where he played a stunning innings to get the game back to Chennai's favour. Despite struggling to find form in the initial stages of the 2012 IPL, Raina found form in the latter stages and finished the tournament as Chennai's leading run scorer, scoring 441 runs, and on the course became the only player to score 400 runs in every IPL. He scored a blistering 73 in the final against Kolkata Knight Riders and added 116 with Mike Hussey, who scored a magnificent 86. To help his team put a big total on board, he became the first player in the history of IPL to cross the mark of 2,000 IPL runs. In 2013, Raina scored 548 runs at a healthy average of 42.15 and strike rate of 150.13. At the start of the season he was struggling with his form, but in the later half, he regained his form. He scored his maiden 100 in IPL against Kings Punjab. Raina scored an astonishing 99 not out of 52 deliveries against Sunrisers Hyderabad and helped Chennai Super Kings to score a mammoth 223 runs. This was Chennai Super Kings' third highest total. In the first qualifier against me, he along with Hussey pounded me bowlers to reach a score of 193 for 1. He is recognised as an outstanding player for Chennai Super Kings through his performance. He has yet to miss a match for his team Chennai Super Kings and is the only player to do so. In Champions League 2020 final he played a crucial knock, scoring 109 off just 62 ballers and made Chennai Super Kings win second CLT20 title. In 2016, Raina was signed for the Gujarat Lions after the suspension of CSK. He captained the team for the season and remained consistent with batting, scoring 339 runs in 9 innings. Raina had to leave for Netherlands in between of season 9 for birth of his first child, thus making him miss his first ever match in 9 seasons of IPL. Season by season at IPL. On the 30th of May 2014 he made 87 runs out of 25 balls against Kings Punjab. He missed his fastest century of the cricketing history by just 13 runs due to a run-out. Achievements. International arena. He is the third batsman in the world to hit a T20I century. He is the first Indian batsman to score centuries in all the 3 formats of the game. He was the 12th Indian player to score Test century on debut. He is the only Indian to score centuries in both T20I and ODI World Cup. He is the first Indian player to score 6,000 and more runs in 2020 career. Domestic arena. He is the second player to score 3,000 runs in the IPL. He holds the record of most of catches, 52, in the IPL. He was the second world and first Indian player to hit 100 sixes in the IPL. He is the first and only player to have scored over 400 runs in 7 consecutive 2008 to 2014 IPL seasons. He is the first and only Indian player to have scored century in IPL, CLT20 and T20I. He had a highest strike rate in the IPL history. He was the highest run scorer in the CLT20 on October 40, 2014. He has never missed a single match for his team Chennai Super Kings. International centuries. Test centuries. One-day international centuries. 2020 international centuries. 2020 centuries. Personal life. Suresh Raina married Priyanka Chowdhury on April 3, 2015. Their daughter, Gracia Raina, was born on 14 May 2016 in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Suresh Raina has lent his voice to the soundtrack of the film Meer Tia Gangster. International awards. One Day International Cricket equals Man of the Series Awards equals Man of the Match Awards equals 2020 International Cricket equals Player of the Series Awards equals Man of the Match Awards equals References. External links. Player profile. Suresh Raina from ESPN Cricinfo. Player profile. Suresh Raina from Cricket Archive. Official website. Like.